Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we are going to be installing some mud flaps for the F80 M3. I bought them from a seller named Automotive Passion, and this is the full kit. It's carbon fiber. I don't know if many of you are familiar with the many options out there. The most popular being the ones made by Tommy LG or Tommy Garage. His quality of product is very good, but to me, honestly, what I wanted was something very slight and sleek, and that will conform with most of like the body form, shape of the body. And so I decided to go with these because they should be very subtle, but they should do the job of blocking at least most of the road rocks and dirt and debris from whatever gets kicked up by the car. So without further ado, let's get to the install. I will try to make this as detailed as possible for you guys. Alright, so inside the packaging we have 2 for the rears and 2 for the front, and all needed necessary hardware for the install. The quality looks to be really nice. Let me show you guys in the light. Again, it's real carbon fiber. It's not like I don't think it's an overlay. Pretty thin, light, slim, and these should hopefully do the job pretty well. All right, so step 1, you can possibly do this like with the wheels on, just turn the wheels or whatnot. The rears might be slightly difficult, but I think it can still be done. But me personally, I think I'm just going to take off the wheels and install it that way, so it'll be easier and clearer to see. All right guys, so with the wheel off, from what I have seen in the videos and such, to get this one and these OEM clips out, best way to do is right here in the center. There is a little push pin type style, so all you have to do is get a punch or something, anything that's circular and skinny and just like the right size of this one, and pretty much punch it out. These things are a one-time use, so you will not be using it again, and with the new Mudflaps, hardware is included. And here's what the new one looks like. So you should mock up just like right there perfectly, and should definitely make a difference. Just as a side note, you see the way this thing curves down? That's how it should go, just like that, to like conform with the form of the body of the car. All right, we'll update you as soon as I have it put on. All right guys, so here's what it looks like mocked up, ready to go. Here's the original OEM pin, push pin type. It's again one-time use, and when you push it out, when you pop out that little pin, it's pretty much in the fender liner and that's not coming back out. So to get these in there, the best thing to do is just to use a hammer and pretty much try to bash it as straight as you can possible. It should just go in eventually. It might take a little bit of persuasion, but these are a little stiff, I know that for a fact. So yeah, I see it's bending, so just carefully do it and get it as straight as you can. All right, so here it is installed. Just as a word of caution, you might want to be careful because the actual push pins, they bend very easily, and honestly I just ended up using the actual OEM clip, but just use the pin for it. And apparently on the bottom it seems like there is some kind of adjustability, like you can slightly pivot in or out, as you can see. Obviously just for most coverage, have it pulled out as much as possible, right? So here's what it looks like on the back side. It should do a decent, very good job of pretty much protecting you from any kind of rocks and whatnot to your body. Looks pretty good to me, if you ask. Fitment is pretty much perfect. Conforms perfectly with the body line. Looks really good. Now for the rears. Alright, so for the rear, it is held in with 2 8mm screws from the factory, one on the bottom, one on the top. And the mud flap itself, it has like 2 different holes, so I assume you can put it to your liking, like where you want it to sit higher or a little bit lower on the body line. So I think that's what it's designed to do, so whichever one you like, you can do it to your liking. And the hardware included is 2 extended screws that are Phillip head, and these spacers. The spacers go behind the mud flap like this to pretty much space it out, and then you just space it out like so, and then put the mud flap in front of it and screw it down. Alright, so here's the rear installed. This is, I think, the perfect way it sits. Maybe the other hole I think is for the F82s or something, possibly, maybe, if it's for both styles. But it does have lock washers on here, so I think it will do a good job of hopefully keeping everything in place and not actually coming off or anything. And right here conforms just perfectly to the body line. It's very sleek and subtle. Should do a good job of protecting from any kind of rocks or anything like that. Very good product. I think it's very thought out, and all the included hardware and everything I think is very nicely done. It is a bit pricey, but I think it should pay for itself with the protection you get out of it. So on to the other side and for the final product. Alright, so here's the final product, guys. Just wanted to show you a quick video. I think they look pretty incredible. Honestly, definitely recommend buying them. Super sleek, and honestly, like, you can barely notice them, but they will definitely make a difference in protecting the car. Alright, stay tuned until the next installment. Peace.